Meal of the year. Huh, what? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who've never been here before, my name is Samantha Gentry. For those of you who know me, hi. So in my last video, I told you a little bit about me. This video is going to build up to a very important part of who I am. Spirituality and knowing what's out there and having an idea of if there's something else has always been super important to me, but I never really bought into Christianity. And so making a reconnection with what I believe and what I feel has been really important in this healing process for me. So to sort of explore my beliefs and through paganism, I decided to do a 30-day pagan challenge in one day. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to read all 30 days that you're supposed to do for the 30 days and just go over them with you. Day number 1. How did you find paganism? So how I found paganism was actually kind of interesting. I proctored a class in college on world religion. They covered all the big ones like Christianity and Catholicism and Judaism, even some of the minor ones like Buddhism and Taoism, but they also covered Satanism, which I had never really heard much on it, despite the fact that it was supposed to be the worship of Satan. Side note, it's not. But it was those lessons that interested me the most. The class didn't really go into a whole lot of detail, so I had to do some research on my own outside of the class. Without going into too much detail about Satanism, I wasn't really big on the idea of Satan being a godlike person himself, like God being godlike. And so I looked into other religions that were kind of in the same vein outside of a monotheistic, which is polytheism, which is paganism. Day number 2. Brief us on your beliefs. What's most important to you? I do believe there's a creator. I do believe that there's a higher power. I just don't necessarily believe that that higher power has a sentient being. I also do believe that there are different forces in work that control different aspects of the world, but that for the most part, we are creators. I believe that our realities are reflections of our thoughts, and I believe in harm none, do what you will. I believe that when we're being our best, most authentic selves, that's when we bring ourselves true happiness. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Combined number 3 to 4 because the questions were very similar. Do you practice witchcraft? If yes, which type? I don't practice witchcraft in a spells and potions sort of way, at least yet. I don't believe you have to create spells or make potions or hold rituals in order to do magic. I consider myself an energy and elemental witch, which basically means I practice witchcraft through the harnessing and manipulation of my own energetic frequencies. Number 5, what is your favorite crystal and why? I'm not actually super familiar with the different types of crystals and what they all mean or what they all do, but if I had to pick one out at random, I'd probably go with malachite right now. Number 6, are you openly pagan? Yes, but I don't open conversations with that information. If someone asks what my beliefs are, or straight up asks if I'm pagan, I'll answer yes, or I'll tell them that I'm pagan or Wiccan or whatever. It opens a conversation and invites people to ask questions to which I can then educate and disperse any fears. Number 7, is there a way that paganism influenced you that it might not have expected? I didn't really realize that it would answer as many questions as it did, so it really affected my life as a whole. The work I did on myself after I started my spiritual journey led me to where I am today, and I never thought it would be such a huge guiding light for me. Number 8, what is your opinion on dark magic? So just like with people, I don't consider any type of magic to be inherently dark or light. Now there are dark and light practitioners who use magic, but it is inherently the caster's intentions that make it dark or light. Number 9, do you believe in mythical creatures? I'm honestly still trying to figure this one out. I don't think demons are real in a physical sense, but more that they are those pesky voices in our head that try and keep us from living our truths. I don't rule out the existence of other mythical creatures, but I do believe their existence has a more psychological root. Number 10, you make your own incense, candles, etc. I do not, but I've also never really looked into it. Might be something I try in the future. But when I do buy candles and incense, I try to buy them from local vendors. I love finding good candle makers and incense at Renaissance fairs. Number 11, 3 tips you have for anybody trying to get into paganism. This is going to be a kind of long one, so bear with me. First, I want you to really evaluate what you already believe and what feels right to you. This will help you figure out your path. When I first started into Wicca, I thought I had to cast spells and create potions and hold rituals, and it really turned me off from it. I wanted to do those things when I felt called to do them, not feel like I had to do them all the time. But then I quickly realized that wasn't what Wicca or paganism was about at all. It was about doing what worked for you, so long as it didn't hurt anyone. And it harmed none, do what you will. Second, explore your interests. Reading tarot interested me, so learning how to do it. Doing energy work interested me, so I learned to love myself so that I controlled my vibrations and energy. It made it easier to affect the things around me. Crystals interest me, so I'm teaching myself the basics. You'll find your faith as you explore. Third, don't ever be too scared to ask questions. You aren't the first one to ask, and you most definitely won't be the last. I combined J 12 through 19 because it was pretty much all about the same thing. But it asks, how do you celebrate the Wheel of the Year? For those of you who don't know what the Wheel of the Year, it is basically just all of the pagan holidays. Some of them you may have heard of, some of them you might not have. A few of them do have Christian equivalents. Yule is also known as Christmas, Ostara is also known as Easter, Samhain is also kind of like Halloween, but I don't currently celebrate really any of them, minus the Christian equivalent ones. I really only celebrate Christmas because of my family. Really the only one I do celebrate is Halloween, which is close to Samhain, but it's not exactly Samhain, it's just the Christian version of Samhain, but without being a Christian holiday. That makes sense. Number 20, show us your altar. If I could, I would. I don't actually have an altar. I use nature as my altar, my natural altar. Being out in the woods, or out on a lake, or out at the barn, that's where I practice magic and that's where I feel most at home. Number 21, do you have a favorite Wiccan witch YouTuber or blogger? I have a few Wiccan YouTubers that I recently started following. I don't really follow a whole lot of bloggers, but there is one in particular that I do like reading her stuff when she posts it. Follow Carrie on Instagram. I love her blog interpretations of the Wild Unknown deck. I almost called it the Walking Dead deck, which would be a kind of interesting deck, honestly. But the YouTubers I follow are Harmony Nice, Anais Alexandra, Margot the Practical Witch, Avalon Cameron, Liddy. I hope I said her name right. And that's about it. Number 22. Do you practice or worship alone, or do you have a coven? At the moment, I am currently a sole practitioner, but I'm not against meeting people and possibly creating a coven. What's your opinion on the media portraying gods, magic creatures, magic in a sort of joking light? Honestly, I'm okay with it. They're getting better about being more realistic, and those times they aren't could spark someone's interest. I know when I see things in movies that I'm like, oh, that was really cool, I go and I research it a little bit more, or if I read something in a book that I'm like, that's really super awesome, I read a little bit more about it. So long as the other side of the story is told and all fear is dispersed, I don't have a problem with what the media does. 24. What helps you meditate? The Headspace app, because if I didn't have it, I would never meditate. I don't even really do it consistently enough despite having the app, but getting the reminders and just having it honestly helps a little bit. Number 25. How long will you use home remedies before allowing medical assistance? Honestly, this answer didn't change when I found paganism at all. I recognize that modern medicine does have a time and a place. And my home remedies generally include popping some ibuprofen for pain or drinking Sprite for an upset stomach. I'm very rarely ill, so if I feel like I need to see a doctor, there's a good reason for it. Number 26. Is there anyone else in your family who's pagan, or is it just you? As far as I know, I'm the only one. Number 27. 5 reasons you love paganism. I can literally sum it up in 5 words. It makes the most sense. At least to me. Number 28. Paganism is greatly about nature. What do you like to do in nature? My paganism is entirely about nature and the natural order of things, so I like to do pretty much everything in nature. Number 28. Have you ever been to a pagan festival? Do Renaissance fairs count? Other than that, no, I haven't. Number 30. You finished! What's your favorite herb? Oregano? Alright, well, that was my 30-day pagan challenge in one day. I might do another 30-day challenge in one day next week, or I might tell you a little bit more about myself, or I might video something that we're doing, because we're doing a lot of packing, and it's getting closer to the day that we leave, and I'm super excited for it. But you won't know until I post the video, so you should probably subscribe and ring the bell and comment and like and love me and all that fun stuff. Or don't, I don't care either way. I do have all my Instagram handles down below for this channel as well as my boudoir photography. I will be releasing my new pricing guide tomorrow, today, because I'm releasing this video on Sunday, even though it's Saturday right now. I have a new pricing structure that I'm releasing for my boudoir photography. Please, please, please email me at the email address that is down here on the screen right now in this lovely space. That way I can send you the pricing, because I know that you're going to be interested in it. I will be planning travel shoots as well for 2019, because my husband and I do want to travel. So if you want me to come to your city, let me know, and we can see if we can work something out. But for right now, I'm going to sign off and get to making some nachos, because that's my dinner. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Kitty, you're making noise.